Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is all about posture. Posture is so important in your dancing, regardless of what style you're doing. Today we will be focusing on all different types of different exercises that you're going to be able to do to help improve your posture, both for dancing purposes, of course, because good posture is also going to translate to your partner in ballroom dancing. And it's also going to be very important just for your overall health, so that you have a better understanding of how to utilize your posture in your everyday life. For today's class, all you are going to need is whatever type of shoes you prefer. I'm going to be wearing my Latin heels, but bare feet is totally fine if that's comfortable for you. As well as a key element here, I'm going to be using part of my ballet bar, but you can use a meter stick, you can use a broomstick, whatever you have handy and available. So if this is intriguing to you, please don't hesitate to stick with me for the rest of this video, and let's get to it. Let's get to our first exercise. Starting off with alignment. Alignment is such a key point because it's going to help you set up for everything else in your dancing, and very, very crucial to make sure that you have great posture. So alignment means basically from our head, shoulders, ribs, and hips and feet, which means everything, just like a skeleton, everything is going to drape and hang from the top of the head. If I turn sideways, I'm just going to give you an example. So my alignment is going to start off with the center of my feet. If I'm able to lift my heels slightly off the floor without rolling back when I put my heels down, that's awesome. Number one, foot and my weight placement on my feet. Secondly, my hips and my ribs are going to stay over top of that position. So my hips and ribs are aligned over the top of the center of my feet. And the last two elements are going to be my shoulders and the top of my head. So my head and my shoulders are going to go over top of my hips and my feet. That might feel to you like it's quite a bit far forward, and of course every body is different, but that's my personal center. And as long as you can comfortably lift those heels off the floor without slamming back, then you're probably in a really great position. That is the alignment for the number one key ingredient for a good posture. Number two, to create really, really nice posture, of course, we want to look at that basic element, which is opening up the chest. I think in today's day and age, we're so used to using technology, looking at our phones, hunched over the computer, and it really does a number on our posture, especially if some of us are used to doing that on an everyday basis. So very, very important that we keep the chest open. And this is where our meter stick or our broomstick is going to come in handy. So go ahead and grab that, and I'll meet you back on the dance floor. All right, so if everybody's got their meter stick or their stick, I'm just going to comfortably place my feet about in between parallel, sixth position, closed position, and just comfortably underneath my hips. My hands are going to be pretty well in line with my rib cage and my shoulders. I'm going to place my bar about rib cage and belly button height, like so, somewhere in between. And I'm just going to start by reaching that bar up and bringing it back down. And the key thing with this is I'm trying to activate that opening position through my chest while keeping those shoulders open. So we don't want to get to this position and lift from here. So very, very important as you move, because your dancing is really dynamic. So it's important that you practice your posture in dynamic movement. I'm just going to turn to this side. So I have that really nice alignment from the top of my head through my feet. And then I'm going to slowly move that bar up and down. So it's actually going to be, maybe for some more than others, it may be a really good back workout as well, and an arm workout, which isn't a bad thing either. But even just doing a simple exercise like this, whether it's daily, couple days a week, that will also help to benefit that posture and that drop through the shoulders, opening the chest, and it will really help your overall dancing. Something to think about as well is if you imagine that this stick is your partner, the more you practice that posture with a different, element, then it just helps you think a little bit more about what you need to do in order to maintain good posture while you're moving. Just a little key hint there. Excellent. So moving forward, we're going to still continue to use this guy, but we're going to add some of the dynamic movement to our legs. So I'm going to place this guy still more so in front of my rib cage, and I'm going to continue this movement. But what we're going to do is we're not going to bring that bar past our eye line. So this bar isn't going to come past my peripheral vision above my forehead. So I'm not going to bring this bar back so that my rib cage is sticking out. It's still going to be in a position where I can see it without having to look up at my bar. Very, very important. So if I continue that movement, now that we've done those chest and that stretch exercise, as I move that bar, I'm just going to slowly start to move my right foot up and close. I'm going to try that a few times. So we're going to do 4 on each leg. So it helps you work your balance on one side while keeping the other leg moving. And then we're going to try the other leg. Up. So I can still see that bar. My alignment is still over. Whether you're parallel or turned out doesn't really matter, as long as your alignment is still over the center of those feet. And we'll try one more and close. We're going to try the same thing to this side. So I'm just going to open up my toes slightly, and as I move my bar up, I'm going to move my right foot along the floor. So I'm going to lift it up and close. Lift and close. We got 2 more. Up. My core is nice and stable. And we're going to move to the other side. And lift. So nice controlled movement is key. My shoulders are pressing down right into the floor. We're going to try one more. And close. Excellent. As we move towards the extension to the back leg, we want to think a little bit more about the connection through our posture with our rib cage to our core. So very, very important, because it's really, really easy, especially if you're dancing with a partner, As a follower, I think we are more so the culprits of this, just because I think we feel like the more we move our upper body, it gives us a little bit more freedom, but of course, all within keeping with our partner and what our partner is asking us to do, as well as maintaining that framework that is so key in your partner work. So what I mean by that, as I move my foot behind me, it's really important, just like before, that we're not hyperextending our back or our rib cage. So we want to make sure that as I move behind me, yes, it's a harder one for balance. That's why it's so important to keep your body weight forward and close. So we're going to try a few more. Lift and close, all keeping your shoulders back and down. We're going to try one more. And other leg. Gonna lift up and close. So really your whole body, to try and maintain good posture, is working quite hard. And close. We're gonna try two more. And close. I will get the bar out of the way, and then we'll move on to our next exercise. The next element of posture that we're going to discuss is more of an opening position. So for example, if we're doing an explosion of some sort, maybe away from our partner, it's a really easy way for us to lose control of that posture. So we're gonna focus on sideways movements without letting that posture go. So all I'm going to do is bring my arms and my hands in first position, so slightly in front of my belly button, dropping and rolling those shoulders down. So what I'm going to do is open up my hands and close. Open up the hands and close. So really everything stays put in that position, and all it is an extension from my elbows and close. So I don't have to do this. I don't have to let go of my rib cage. It's not going to benefit you at all for either posture or balance. So keep everything in line, and it's just an extension from the elbow and close. We're going to do a couple more just for that practice. Open, close, extend, and close. One important tip, especially when opening your arms to the side, this is going to be for any sideways movement in your dancing, is you always want to maintain those arms inside your peripheral vision. So you never want to go beyond where you can see them if you're looking straight forward. So when I open up my arms, I can always see the edge of my fingertips so that my alignment stays in the center to the toes of my feet, and close. So if I were to move, I extend my leg, nothing changes in my upper body, and close. We'll try the other foot actually just so you get some practice, and close, and close. We are going to take that first position again, but we're going to move the arms into second position. So I'm just going to find a comfortable position with my feet, first position or sixth parallel, and I'm just going to start off bringing my right arm up and through. So imagine you're moving into an explosion, for example, in waltz, or something side by side to your partner, keeping that really nice posture from the head all the way down through the center of the feet, Shoulders are stacked right over the rib cage. And I can still see my fingertips at the top as well as to the side as I bring it down. We'll try one more on that side and switch. So I bring it up through 5th and open, keeping my shoulders down. Isolate your body. Now, of course, when we're dancing, you want to be able to use your head, especially if you're dancing on your own, right? But if you're with a partner, head position obviously becomes crucial. So if you are keeping your head in a specific head position, you want to make sure that you're able to move your arms accordingly, separate from your head position. And we'll try one more on this side, shoulders down, and close. Moving into more dynamic movement, which is going to include some releves and some rond de jambes or a ronde in ballroom with your posture and your arms. So we're gonna start off moving the arms from 1st through 5th and open as we take a rond de jambe on one leg. So I'm gonna scoop those hands in front, move to the back as I open and down, keeping that posture. It becomes more tricky. Remember, we did those tendus forward, side, and back. So now we are moving them all together. We'll try a few more on this side. Try 2 more. Belly button is connected to your spine. Very important once you start moving more. And last one, and close. Other leg. Find your center. Close. Make sure you can still see those fingertips in your peripheral vision. Don't forget to breathe. It's really easy, the more parts of the body that we're moving, to not breathe, but that actually helps with your movement. Don't hold your breath. And we're gonna try one more. And close. Very nice. The final exercise that we're going to use to better help develop great posture and balance is we're going to combine that all together even more so. So comfortably place those toes together or slightly apart, and we're going to use that releve with those arms and open. So imagine you're doing rise and fall in waltz. You are in an open position, maybe side by side, somewhere away from your partner, and you're moving those arms independently from the rest of your body. And down. Lifting through the heels, up and down. I'm going to show you from the side. Lifting up and open. All the way, fingertips in front of your body, and fingertips stay in front of the body. We'll try a couple more. It's a really good leg workout as well, just like rise and fall. One more. Hold that balance. Drop those shoulders down, connect your belly button in, and relax. Excellent work today. I hope that you found this beneficial. I think this is such an important and crucial element in dancing because like I mentioned at the beginning, I think that with technology, sitting a lot, and especially with how life maybe is at this time, maybe we are cooped inside a little bit more, even though the weather is gorgeous at this time. All of these things tend to have a little bit of an effect on our body and our health. So I hope that you benefit from these exercises. I hope you get an opportunity to practice these regularly, so it not only helps you with your everyday life and your overall health, but of course with your ballroom dancing or any style of dancing that you are loving at this time. So thank you so much for joining me, and for more content like this, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.